Welcome back to Double Down University. I'm back at you guys with another KBO PrizePicks video for the Wednesday slate. Have two props that I like for you guys. The first one is Austin Dean over 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, as well as Guillermo Heredia over 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. So let's get into it. Let's start off with Austin Dean's matchup, and then we're going to go into Heredia's matchup. So in this matchup, he's going up against a pitcher who covers all three bases. A pitcher that's for the Hanwha Eagles. He covers all three bases of what I like in my criteria for to go over on hits, runs, and RBIs. He has a low K percentage at only 16%, has a high walk rate at 8.5%, and then he also has a left on base percentage of 67.9%, which is low. And then he also has a super high FIP score at 5.13. So I really like this matchup for him. And then also just looking at his situational stats. So let's look at his splits versus righties and lefties. Against righties, he gives up, which Austin Dean bats at, he's right-handed. So he gives up a 337 batting average to righties. But the most concerning thing that I see, especially just from a situational standpoint, is runners in scoring position or runners on base. He gives up a 343 batting average. Bases empty, he gives up a 357 batting average. And then also with runners in scoring position, he gives up a batting average of 324. With runners on first and third, he gives up a 556 batting average, and then a 556 batting average as well with the bases loaded. So at any point in time, if he has runners on base and he's at the plate, he has a really good advantage. I like his chances. And then also just looking at Austin Dean's numbers from overall perspective on the season, he doesn't really strike out that much. He is a power hitter. As you could tell with his ISO power. His ISO power is 0.264. And then he also only has a 14% K rate, but a 10% walk rate, which is really good. He has an on-base percentage of 3.72, which is good as well. Slugging percentage is good. Weighted on base is excellent. And then he also has a WRC plus of 132. The average for WRC plus is 100, so he's well above the average, 32 points above the average. And then also looking at his splits from a situational standpoint, he bats 320 to righties, as opposed to he struggles against lefties at only batting 284. So I wanted to get him in a matchup where he's facing a righty, which he happens to be facing a righty today. So I like Austin Dean to go over today. And then also with Heredia, has a similar matchup, which is super favorable for him as well. Has a low K percentage. Checks that box, with only 15% K rate. He has a super high walk rate of 13%, which is astronomical. And then also and that shows in his whip, as his whip is 1.72. The average for whip is 1.30, so he's well above that as well. And then he has a left on base percentage of 770, and then his FIP score is 5.19, so another advantageous spot. And then we look at his splits. Granted, he gives up a batting average to righties, which Heredia is a righty, at 306. He gives up a 306 batting average to righties. And then also let's go a little bit deeper into his numbers. With runners on, he gives up a 268 batting average. With the bases loaded, 600 batting average. With runners only on third base, he gives up a 333 batting average. And then with runners on the corners at first and third, he gives up a 400 batting average. So I like his ability to be able to at least draw walks and to be able to get hits in order to get on base and score. And then I think he has a protection in the lineup to be able to help score him. But the biggest thing is for Heredia. Now he is facing a, let's see, I think this guy's a righty, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, he's a righty. So we're going to look at Heredia versus a righty. Bats 270, slightly better versus righties than lefties. Just maybe a couple percentage points better. But also he has more power, as he hit one more home run to righties as opposed to lefties. Then his RBI opportunities double, as you can see here, with 26 RBIs to lefties and 56 to righties. So I really like his RBI potential as well. And then his walks increase as well at 14 against righties, as opposed to only 7 against lefties. So that is why I like those two picks, and I'll go over them again. Austin Dean over 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, as well as Guillermo Heredia over 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. I appreciate you guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.